Hi everyone. This week's portion, matot, means tribes. Moses is addressing the tribes of Israel. It's interesting that in other places in the Bible, the tribes of Israel, the Jewish people, are referred to as shvatim. Now these two words also mean a twig. Shevet means twig, and mate, the singular for matot, means a staff. The difference between a twig and a staff, of course, a twig is a little branch that is still connected to the tree. It has sap in it. The juice of the tree is flowing through it. It's connected. It's alive. The mate is the branch that is cut off from the tree, lost its sap, lost its connection, therefore became hard, dry, and so on. The Jewish people are referred to in these two terms as shevet, twig, and mate, the staff in this portion, mate, because referring to the Jewish people in two different types of circumstances. One is the shevet Jew is the Jew that's in the time of the temple, they're in Israel, connected to God, there's an open connection, there's a spiritual sap going through our neshamas and enlivening us. Whereas the mat is the Jew as is driven out of his land in exile, alone, disconnected, and becomes dry and becomes hard and life a little bit disconnected and therefore not connected to the tree, to God, in an open way. One would think, therefore, that the term mater is the less advantageous term for the Jewish people. The shevet, the twig, representing connection, is the more appropriate one. But, it's interesting that in the Torah, the mater is actually the one that is referred to as the more sophisticated name for the Jewish people. Because when the Jewish people are in exile, they're disconnected, there's a certain strength and stiffness and hardness that develops within the Jew, which is a good thing. Imagine we were soft and pliable and, you can easily break us and bend us when the time of exile. We'd be finished. It is in the time of exile that we develop this strength of character and this stubbornness in a good way. In exile, there's only one way to be, and that is to be stubborn, strong, to stand together and to protect each other and to be much, much harder than ever before. So there's an advantage there. And the fact of the matter is that in our history, we were more in exile than not in exile. So we had to develop the mate attitude. So that's what matot means. It's the Jew that's disconnected, but it makes him even more connected because it brings out a certain strength, a depth, a strength of character. We find ourselves in a similar situation. 5 months ago, we were all connected, right? Communities got together, people socialized, people were in their each other's lives, and it was wonderful. Last 4 months, we have disconnected from each other, we disconnected from our communities, we're all home. And I said to you many times during this time that it is this is the time that we are either going to be a twig that falls off the tree and dies, or we're going to become the mater, the one that develops a strength, develops a stiffness, develops a hardness, which in a good way, of course, to stand together, to bond together in the ways that we can. And we're going to look back at this time, and we're going to ask ourselves, what was I? What did this experience do to me? Did it just destroy me, or did it bring out within me a new strength that I would never have been able to develop had it not been for this challenge? So I want to wish everyone that when you do look back, you will find that you not only became a mater, a strong Jew, but you became the heads of the tribes, the heads of the mater, a unique Jew, one that led others and didn't lose his equilibrium and was able to guide himself and others during this difficult time. I hope that we can look back at this time and that would be the conclusion, and this is the time to really, if you don't feel that happened yet, you still have time, and utilize these days, these weeks. I hope it's over very soon, and so that you become the mater, the strong tribe, the strong stick that can open seas. What did Moses do with the staff? He made miracles happen with the staff. If it would have been a twig, I don't know if he'd be able to do it. The Jewish people have performed incredible miracles during their exile. They became the people that are the envy of the world. People look up to us in awe. How did you do this? But we've done it because we became staffs. We became strong. It's like when you send off your kid and to college, or he's out of the house. He develops a strength of character. He develops an independence. He develops a backbone. Well, when he was a child, even a teenager, he just, he relied on you too much. He was a twig. He was soft, pliable. You can bend him. You can do what you want with him. Not so when the child is out on his own. Not so when the Jewish people are out on their own. Not so when society is now alone in their homes trying to analyze who are we. We are a staff. We should become the matot of Israel, the tribes of Israel, who show the world what it means to have strength, what it means to be strong, what it means to be stiff in our convictions. God bless every one of you and have a wonderful Shabbos.